I'll show you its time Sub-Zero. Alright, folks. Alright, folks. Welcome back. 欢迎大家好. Welcome back. It's day 39 of Duolingo Chinese. And I didn't realize that we're starting a new unit today. Oh boy. Also, I'm going to be real. I basically was standing right next to in the room, and I was basically doing jumping jacks because you get really stiff, man. Okay, so let's review unit 8, and it's the second day of unit 8, so we are responsible for the pinyin, and we have swapped up our practice once again. Now although the pinyin hasn't really changed too much, basically we're trying to get all the vocabulary, and on day 2s we are responsible for the pinyin, and then on day 3s and on, we're gonna try to write all the Hanzi vocabulary in Hanzi as much as we can anyways, but it's gonna be a slow transition, right? A gradual transition is the word I was looking for. Okay, so unit 8 was describing people, and it's a really weird one. I think the theme doesn't really describe people, sort of. It's kind of a mishmash. I think they're having a Duolingo. It's kind of tough to make a whole unit about a specific topic when you have so many like basic foundational stuff that still needs to be covered, right? So naturally, when you're describing people, the first thing you think about is 面。你吃面吗? Right? Naturally, the first thing you describe about a person, you ask them if they eat noodles. Obviously. That's the only question you would be asking people. Right? You think I'm joking, but I honestly, one of my first topics would probably be, oh, are you hungry? Have you eaten yet? Do you eat noodles? You usually skip that part? How dare you? How dare you? How else are you gonna be learning Mandarin? You gotta learn how to ask people what they eat first. Like, actually, real talk. I'm surprised they didn't do this, but have you eaten yet is a natural greeting. So I'm surprised they haven't done that yet. Have you eaten yet? 你吃了吗? Right? 你吃了吗? That's one of the natural greetings. You don't like, I know people say 你好, right? 你好, and that's about it. Or hi works, but often I just go with 你吃了吗? What was the last part in Chinese? Yet? Just have you eaten? It's a interrogator. So you eat. You could interpret it as have you eaten yet? Did you eat? Did you eat? It's make you ate into a question. Yeah, ma. It's a interrogative. Yeah, it changes it into a it's like ne, like ne, like ne. 你吃了吗? Ne? You eat? Question mark? Yeah. That's 你吃了没? 你吃了没? Have you eaten yet? Right? 你吃了没? We don't really, like, I honestly rarely, you can still say 你好 or 你好, 你好, but often you just get right to the point. It's like, have you eaten? Would you like rice or noodles? And that's what they're going for here. So, fun. Fun. And that's how I'm reminding myself what the unit is. Fun. There was something else. Yi. Oh, that's a little bit contentious. Yi. 你吃鱼吗? Do you eat fish? Because if you don't eat fish, I don't know. That's kind of difficult to be in an Asian household without. No, I'm just kidding. Well, it's kind of sus. You must not reject the fish. Sorry for all you fish people, I guess. At least when we're talking about Chinese, I suppose. It's kind of like a privilege too. It's almost like what would I consider it? It's almost more like a host privilege to show that they care about their guests when they prep fish. Fish is pretty much a centerpiece. Like fish, fresh veggies, and either noodles or rice and a soup. It's kind of like your standard 5-course kind of thing. I don't know. Don't give me that stink eye, Sub-Zero. I know you're thinking about it. Like fish. I live in Norway, man. Listen, Sub-Zero, you're freaking Norwegian. Don't give me that. I don't know, Chief. I don't like fish. No, it's perfectly okay. I'm just being dramatic right now to remind myself of vocabulary. Describe people. That's what your notes are for. That's what your notes are for. Don't cap at me. Okay. Canada. I don't know why this is still in it, but it is. Ja. Na. Da. Canada. 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 This is kind of a phrase. So, nah. And specifically using it with na guo. Na in this case is the interrogative which. Na guo. So which country? Right. Na guo. Xie sheng. Student. It's a recurring thing. Tamen. Both Tamen. And apparently this hasn't technically been introduced. They did it separately, and you can't actually tell from this. Tada. But specifically, tada. Not tada, but tada. This is a joke. It's his. His. Up to a specific, like, really, all the way up to this section, it was tada, as in hers. But I could have sworn tada, like his, was in, but apparently this is new here. I don't know why. I just remember, it's like, oh, okay, all right, that's supposed to be new, all right. As well as like Tom and theirs, Tom and there's also na, I think. Na, in the sense of how about, or like, how about you, right? Or what about you? No. It's kind of a flex. It's a grammar point. Describing people. Describing people. There's actually new... Oh. Wait. Yeah. I don't know why this is part of describing people, but it is. Homa. Specifically. 电话. 电话. Homa. It's becoming a little bit more natural to say Homa. Although I don't really say it with that tone too often. 电话号码. 多少. 多少 is interesting too. 多少 I think it's this. 多少 多少 is being used as in interrogative. Oh, whoops. I started writing English. How ma. How ma. And yeah, wa. And 多少 can be used as an interrogative for something like a phone number. So 他的电话号码是多少 right? Those are actually, so the only new characters that we're going to be responsible for is from unit 8 is 号码 花 and 面鱼. I'm missing something. It's only 4. I think I remember 5 new character. Oh wait, just kidding. That's 5 characters. Haoma. Well, yeah, there were only 5 new characters. All the rest are old. Is there anything else? 不是 There's actually a tone shift on 不 So 不是 not is not 不是 I think this is good enough. We covered most of the things. There's a grammar for do, not to be confused with do. This is a grammar point for all. So 我们他们都 as in all of them, they all or none of them, depending on the negation. So 都 is for all, both, everything. And that's something that I keep forgetting that I intuit, but it has to be said verbally because it is a grammar point. So like 我们都吃饭 we all eat rice, right? And it is also used when you're citing 2 people, like 你和我你和我都吃饭 you and me both eat rice. So do is far more flexible than simply meaning two people. It can be everything or none as well if it's negated. That's about it. And then unit 7, here comes the hard one. So unit 7 was, it says hello and goodbye, but that's not really the case. It's like greetings and goodbye. It's largely, I guess it's kind of greeting. Okay, let's try some characters. We got a lot of names. So names galore. I wonder if these names are actually very common or not. So Ling. No, Li. Ming. I'm curious because it's actually important to me. How common these Hanzi are used for Li and Ming, because these are very common names. And I'm curious of what characters they would use. It's not as clear cut as like katakana or something like that. Where like, oh yeah, use your sound it out with katakana or something like that. Usually you have to pick a character, and there are a lot of characters with the same, with similar initials and finals. So it's kind of interesting. Wang. I forgot this yesterday. Zhang. These are actually two new characters. Wang Zhang. Wang Zhang. I'll do the other one. Xing. Surname, last name was Xing Wang, right? My last name is Wang. It's more like I'm born of Wang is kind of how I would say it. And it's kind of interesting, and I don't know how deep this goes. Let me rewrite this a little. I don't know how deep this goes because if you look at Xing, there's a female marker, there's a feminine marker, and it's not necessarily names are family names are held by patriarch, right, the male, but the reason why I think of Xing as being born of something is because when you're born, that's when you're given that name, right? Like given of that name, you become of that name the moment you're born, and it has a female marker on the left, and that's kind of what I mean by that. It's kind of a mixed bag, but I tend to think of wo xing Wang as in I'm born of that name, that I am brought into this world as a Wang, a member of the Wang family. So I don't know. It's interesting that it has that character on the left, that radical. And usually when you think of birth, you think of your mother. But the namesake is often carried by your father. Your family name. It's a really important, relatively touchy subject. Being raised in a Chinese household. For like Westerners and whatnot. Let's see. There were 2 other characters, unique characters. These are 3. There were 2 others. Oh, actually, there were 3 others. Oh, I think they're numbers. Yeah, they're numbers. T. This one is kind of weird. 9 10 and those were all the uniques. Now there are other useful phrases here. We have 叫 叫 to be called or named. 叫 认识 know, to know someone. 我认识你 I know you. Right? 你叫王 I know you. Your name is Wang, or you are called Wang. 认识 And then there were some arbitrary ones, like I'm drawing a blank. Oh no. Oh wait. So how? How as in 很好 good, right? How? I don't know this character anymore. So when I forget a character, I'm just gonna substitute it with pinyin for the time being. Because I can't think of it. There are a lot of numbers they introduced to mix with 10. So she, like, 十 20 right? 20 40 40 40 40 50 50 美国人 right? 美国人中国人 Oh, I don't remember right now. 光影 No, not 光影 not 光影高兴 yeah 高兴很高兴 happy. But what are the... I think Xing is... This is Xing. Gao. I don't have it. I don't have it. It's fine. 我很高兴, for example. 你很高兴, right? How to say what's goodbye in this? I don't think so. 再见. Ni jiao. Uh, 名字 name 名字 I think that's good enough. Good enough. We're gradually getting used to it. Okay, let's look at all the things that I forgot, because that's what I do. Let's start with the characters. So, 七九十姓王张 right 张 there's how. Oh, I didn't write the rest of the name, the other name. So this is Ling. Oh, I did. That wasn't Li. Li was this. Li. I wrote Ling. That was my bad. I was trying to write that. 二五是叫名中国人美 Oh, 高兴 Oh my gosh. It's heckin' Takai. Kai. Gao as in tall. I should have known that. Okay. Gao Xing. There's Gao Xing. Okay. 认识 No. Oh, no was on the other side. Actually, no was part of Unit 7, actually. 名字 Oh. 什么 Okay, 什么 We've got 什么 It's fine. That's pretty much all of them. Gao. 什么 is right. 什么 is fine. 什么 did we go over 鱼面 how 后嘛 We're also responsible for these now tomorrow. And 话 here's 电话 What's that? Right. So phone number 饭学生不是他们的加拿大拿国 Okay, we got all the vocabulary as well. And then some of the extra stuff that they didn't record because of grammar points. Alright, so that's pretty much all the points. Alright, let's get into the new unit before I pass out from fatigue. No, I'm just kidding. I'm perfectly alright. I think. So, what is this? Is this another unit about greeting? Why are there so many units about greeting? Oh, are they gonna do it? Are they gonna ask about if they eaten yet? I don't know. Oh, where do they live? Okay. 我们 Where do they live? 他们在 Wow, those are actually very close together. Nar. Oh no, is this nar? Nar. Oh, nar. Oh no, it's nar. We did just do nar. This is not na. Like I don't. We're gonna skip this, but I know that it does. This is na, and this is r, but really it's nar. Like I'm so used to seeing nar, so we'll see.
他们住在哪儿？
Nar. Okay, yeah, they do it. So that's fine. That's cool.
他们住在哪儿？
他们住. So 住 is our new word. Live. 住.
他们住在哪儿？
Jai. We already have all the other ones. 他们住在哪儿? Nar. I wonder if they will talk about this. I don't know if they do. If they leave like a little blip about when things contract together. Huh. Interesting. My doctor is from New York. The heck? How do you say New York? That's got to be a different read, right? That's new. That's new. 是医生，你的医生是 Oh. From is this is implying from.
我的医生是纽约人。
人 yeah. 纽约。
我的医生是纽约人。
纽约人。Interesting. There's Taiwan. I think Taiwan is just Taiwan.
他住在台湾。
Taiwan, yeah. Taiwan. Probably like 2. Taiwan. So 2, 4 maybe. 住 is kind of deceptively like 在住在台湾. Who is this person? 这个人是对 no 是这个 I don't actually know.
这个人是谁？
谁 Oh yeah. Yay. Oh, that's it. Yeah, sorry. 这个 I love learning Mandarin. Sorry. It's like here's I'm gonna take a jab at this. Is throwing shade at something. You know how you study a lot from like flashcards, hint hint, nudge nudge, chuckle chuckle. You know how you study a lot and you just can't recall something, even though you're like, oh yeah, I know this, and then suddenly you hear it and it's like, oh yeah, I know this. It's like that's what it is, and then you might promptly forget it. I think pretty much everything with Mandarin is that at this point. But it's not that I studied it. I shouldn't know any of these, but I do, and that's what it makes Japanese not the same as Mandarin. It never ends. Okay. 这个 okay. So 这个人是谁 right 谁这个人是谁 Does she have an older sister? 姐 probably 姐 right? So let's see. 她有姐姐吗? It's probably 姐姐 right?
她有姐姐吗？
Yeah. 她有姐姐吗? Her older sister. 她有四个姐姐. Okay. That's fair. Measure words. Talk about how many of something there is. Okay, this is a repeat. You need a measure word between okay, so they're reminding. This is a kind of like saying one piece. Oh, and it's the same blip, actually. It's actually the same blip with the same wording. So we have bei or ge. They're using ge, the standard stuff. Yeah. But you can use bei. You can even use like other, like we have bei, ping as well when it comes to like liquid stuff. But 2 cups, yeah. Ge is a super common. So I'm just used to throwing ge everywhere. Yeah. Ping is bottles. And we have 件 and 条 for like 件 for a common measure word for clothing, and then 条 for like long things. Got a few measure words already. So 三个学生 right. 你有他有4个姐姐. We also need a measure word after 这那 and yeah 这那 and na. Yep, exactly. And they kind of already did this in the previous units. They couldn't avoid doing this. You have to at least do this a couple times, right? 哪个人 and 哪个老师. They didn't give you Zhang. They technically gave me Zhang, but as a name. No, but they didn't do the Zhang thing yet. No Zhang. Like the functional Zhang. Not yet. They did give me the Hanzi though. By coincidence. We'll see if it shows up here. The guidebook doesn't tell you what's in the unit. Like most of the time. It only tells you like part of the unit. So we don't know what's in it yet. So we'll see. Yeah, Zhang is, yeah, paper beds, tables, yeah. So we have Safa, right? Safa, Chuang, not paper and tables yet. And then but I was expecting them to use Zhang, right? Zhang at some point. But and yeah, rivers are Tiao because rivers are long rivers. Right. Yep.
香
Okay. 香 Wait, what? Greeting people? 香 okay. I'm thinking of the theme. The theme is greeting people, but
家
家
香 号
Oh. Interesting.
约
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting.
牛
No. Interesting. No Hong Kong yet. Yeah, no Hong Kong yet either. Taiwan. Taiwan is the one today in this unit.
香
Xianggang. Oh yeah, that's true. Xianggang, maybe. Yeah, Xianggang. You're right. Oh yeah, that might be it. Like, are you from Hong Kong? Or hi, I'm from Hong Kong or something. That's a good one. That might be for greetings. Yeah, Xiang. That makes so much sense actually. Good call. Very good call.
约
Yeah. I don't know about yeah. You think that's the only place you've seen that character? Okay, then it's probably locked in. It's probably Xianggang. Because they have Taiwan. Yeah, Taiwan. So they gotta have other places. Oh, New York. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. New Year. I haven't seen. Oh yeah. I need my pinyin. That's right. They did have New York, but I couldn't see the pinyin, so I wasn't sure if that's how you pronounce it. Yeah, New Year. Yeah, that's right. New Year. Yeah, that's right. New York. Yeah.
约
Thank you. Thank you.
牛
Yeah, 牛.
约
But
约
yeah.
牛
牛. I wonder how my parents say it. No, my parents just say New York. We've gotten so used to saying, they've gotten so used to saying New York. It comes off like New York.
香
Young.
马 约 学 牛
牛. The special 牛. The initial that ends with an I, and then a U without the umlaut. 牛. Sorry, I'm trying. Hold up. 脚上
早上
脚上
早上
I was trying. I was trying. Do we have these characters? No, these are new. 早上
早上好
早上好 How is new? Okay. I haven't ever said this. I actually don't know how to say this because I don't use greetings like this. Sometimes in English I do too, I guess. But wow, 早上好. That makes sense. 早上好, good morning. Do I use 早安? No. Most of the time is 你好. It's like basically 你好 or 你吃了吗? Like have you eaten? 你吃了没? 你好 is probably just the really standard. Rarely. Or how's your trip? Or how are you most of the time? How are you? Because you don't know what time of day. And often the time of day is... It's interesting. I haven't ever heard this before.
早上好
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 Huh.
纽约在美国，
纽约 Oh. 纽约在美国 Oh, actually that's a really clever way of going back to 美国 No.
纽约在美国，
纽约纽约在美国 Okay, New York in US.
我的医生是纽约人。
我的医生 I have to get used to. Have to be vigilant with the characters. Need to reinforce as much as we can.
是纽约
纽约人纽约人 The predicate list sentences, yeah, there are predicate list sentences. Mm-hmm.
我的医生是纽约人。
纽约人 It seems so more natural to me to see predicate lists sentences in Chinese, but I'm guessing, in my opinion, in casual conversations in Japanese, it happens all the time, right? So, and in English, not so much, which is kind of, I've always found that a very fun thing to talk about. Yeah, predicate-less expressions and whatnot also is, in my opinion, much more common than some people might think, especially coming from an English background. And I don't know about how often Japanese is, but I know that it happens. Japanese do have predicate-less expressions and common phrases that occur a lot that are predicate-less.
我的医生是纽约人。
我们的家在纽约。
我们的家在纽约。纽约。纽约。I can hear my parents saying 纽约。Our house， 我们的家在。Sorry, I'm practicing the Hanzi in my head at the moment. We're changing up how I'm learning. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of time. 你好 is verbless, or adjectives are predicate in a way. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I'm trying to think of like an example of predicate-less expression. Qing. I actually don't know if that's considered predicate or not. Qing. It's a one phrase, like one word, one thing, like qing, but it means a lot of things. And it can be it can be quote unquote interpreted in many ways, but qing. Like when right, ni hao, qing, as in come on in, or be my guest. Qing. Request. I get, yeah, true. Request. True. Yeah, it's so much, yeah, there's so much flexibility in it, in my opinion. 我们的家在纽约 no
我们的家在纽约。
纽约 I think the most complicated things I will encounter are probably going to be proper nouns. 纽约 Okay, our house is in New York. Sure.
老师的家在香港。
It was another correct answer. I didn't see what the other correct answer was that they wanted.老师的家在香港. There you go. You nailed it. 香港. The 老师的家在香港. Oh, they gave me house and home. Oh, okay. Okay, they gave, okay, thank you, Hideyoshi. That took me by surprise. I'm like, what? Like, there's another answer. Yeah, house and home. Yeah, jia is I just picked whatever I saw first. Yeah. Okay.
他的家在香港哪儿？
Nar. Oh, they did do it. Okay, okay, okay. I like this. This is a great way to show that. I like it. I was like thinking, how does pinyin work with this? So they do nar. The classic nar. Wait, they wanted house as in Fanzi? Yeah, possibly. I don't know. I don't know which one I picked. Did I pick home or house? There's a chance I picked house. Oh no, I picked house. Fanzi. And they accepted Fanzi as opposed to, like, they accepted house as in the translation house. They accepted the English translation meaning of house, which is both a home and a house. So they were okay with the English translation. Not that if I said Fanzi, like Fanzi instead of that phrase, right? By omitting Fanzi. Instead of jia, right? Jia and Fanzi are two different things. But in English, the house and home can be overlapping in the sense of what they're talking about there. So I like that they did that, in my opinion, for English side of things. Obviously, we can distinguish between Fanzi and jia. 他的家在香港哪儿? Oh, I didn't realize that's how you can do that. Nar. Every time when you listen to, and when I listen to like Chinese programming, the moment I hear nar, I'm like, yeah, all right. Ni chu nar, like ni chu nar, over and over again. Okay, okay. 他的 Wait, what's happening? Nar, 他的家在香港哪儿香港他的家 Man, wait, how can we rearrange this to match that? I want to test this out, but I'm not going to. You could say his home is where in Hong Kong? Or, yeah, you could say his home is where in Hong Kong, as opposed to what they want, where I think is where in Hong Kong is his home. How do you pronounce that? His home is where in, yeah, his home is where in Hong Kong is where his home is where in Hong Kong is still expressing similar things as this, and it's like closer. You can actually still say this, in my opinion. His home is in Hong Kong where, like, it still translates fairly well when you say it. Sometimes I accidentally switch over. Sometimes I accidentally switch over to like Fujonese, but I'm still speaking English, and I actually say this sometimes in English. Like, oh, his home is in Hong Kong. Where? Oh, it's TR. Oh, TR. Oh, I see. I'll keep an ear out for that. I've been watching Three Body Problem, the Chinese Three Body Problem, and I've been having a blast since I'm learning Mandarin right now. It's so much fun being able to see the characters in my mind and see the like the pinyin and the characters in my mind as they're talking. Like have some of the words like, oh yeah, that's this character. Oh yeah, that's that character. It's a lot of fun. I mean, I largely still listen to them without it. Uh, it's just so much more interesting now that I can visualize it in a different way. It's so satisfying. Yeah, this is what I mean by I think of English this way too. The problem is this isn't like grammatically arranged well, right? His home is in Hong Kong where? That's actually very common for me to think about. Like if someone spoke in this structure in English, I would understand them because it's not that much different. And the thing that I want to highlight here is I'm so used to having other languages in different structures, right? Dar, what does dar mean? Dr, is it like to dr the second dr or something? Dr or where? I mean like what does that mean? Dr. Huh. So where is this going? His house? Where is his house? Oh, where is his home in Hong Kong? I think this is what they want. Where is his home in Hong Kong? I think they'll accept this. No, they went with where in Hong Kong is his home. All right, fair. Fair enough. Okay. It was a 50-50 shot. It was either where in Hong Kong is his home or where is his home in Hong Kong. It's prepositional phrase. I mean, that's what happens.
你的家在哪儿？
你的家在哪儿？在哪儿？你的
在家在哪儿？
I love this. This is so much fun. It's like a puzzle game now. It's a puzzle game for me. I'm putting together all the bits and pieces that I know from so many years. So much of my life is this. 你的家在哪儿? It's so much more than Japanese. But Japanese is still fun, obviously. Japanese is more like a new game. I'm playing a new game. And Mandarin is more like I'm playing a game that I have forgotten. Like I know some all of it feels so familiar, but it's a different life. Like it was a different life that hadn't happened. 你的家在哪儿? Okay. And I wouldn't have it any other way, by the way. If Chinese didn't feel this different from Japanese, then I probably have like a fatigue issue or an enthusiasm issue because I'd be pulling too long of the same things. I would probably try my best to make them different so that they don't bog me down. Mei Mei. Huh. Mei Mei.
妹妹，
Mei Mei. Whoa.
妹妹
Okay.，That's a little aggressive. Okay. 你的
你的家在哪儿？
No. Oh no. False step. Oh no. Oh no.
哪儿？
Oh no. Oh no. Oh gosh. Oh no. Yeah, I've never heard of this accent either. Yeah. Oh no. This Unfortunately, this synthetic voice did not make it out unscathed.
你的家的
I can kind of see some of the other ones, like the other words.
不好
Buhao is fine.
不好咖啡咖啡他的
Ada.
妹妹
Okay,
妹妹
I could kind of picture someone being super whiny, like their throat is really high strung, but nar is kind of too far.
哪儿
Yeah, nar, that's too far. But the other ones are fine.
妹妹
Yeah, I could see Mei Mei in some
妹妹
way,
他的
but it's like really,
Tada.
really high. It's kind of like really nasally. So that this one is unfortunate. It's bound to happen. It's bound to happen. 你的家在哪儿? Oh, new vocabulary. Even though they didn't highlight it.
他们
Tamen
住
Ju. I don't have Ju yet. Tamen Ju. I'm trying to think of Fujianese. What is? Oh yeah, it's not even close. Yeah. Ju is something that didn't come right to me until I heard it. Like I haven't used Ju like myself. I haven't used that word. What is it? Diu is the word that I would use for live. Ni diu dinner. As opposed to chu. And I don't know if there's a ni mo, and other than that it would be jai, ni jai dinner. But diu would be the word. Is that a where? Dochira? Dochira wa doko ni sunde imasu ka? Oh, that's doko? Oh, that is doko. Okay. Doko interesting. Dokora wa wait. Oh, dokora. Interesting. What does that mean? Sunde ma. No. We know what the sunde. Oh, kara. Oh, karera. Oh, karera. What does karera mean? Everything else is fine. Karera. Hira? Hera? Oh, Herawa? What does that mean? Oh, wait, you mean he as in American he? Like the English he? Oh, karera wa karetachi. Ah, yeah, okay. Oh, he into they. Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, I don't have that yet. Okay. Taminju. Taminju. Taminju.
在
Jai
哪儿
nar. Sorry, nair. Sorry. Nar. Tamin ju jai nar. The nair. Oof. Sorry. I'm gonna try to stay composed when this happens. Okay. Oh, it's back to 5 lessons. Okay, so these lessons actually vary.
蹲蹲
Dong. Dong. You know what's funny? I just got this kanji in Shashinko. I was trying to remember this kanji in Shashinko.
蹲
Wait.
蹲轮
Lun.
轮
Lun.
弯 弯
One.
弯
Okay.
家人，
Jordan.
我的家人住在加拿大。
Okay. And then now they're gone. Okay. I'm a little scared. I don't know where those go. 我的家人住在加拿大。
没关系，
没关系. Okay. Now we have. No, May we have. No. Do we have May? Yeah, we do have May. Say May. May. Right. Say May. One is new. One. She is also new. Okay. Make one she. What's the closest to Meguanshi? Mokeke. Mokeke. But really, no problem is more like, no, I think Mokeke is closer to Meguanshi. Mokeke.
没关系，再见，没关系，
再见。
家人，
Oops.
再见，再见。
Okay, so we have 再见. It's fine. 关系. Oh boy. Yeah, and May and Mo. Yeah, May and Mo. Yep. The changes with May and Mo. Yeah. Like a lot of times I hear instead of May Tai, right? Like or like May, like even in Cantonese, right? Mo Man Tai. Mo comes out. I've never heard of May Man Tai. May Man Tai. Like I'm so used to hearing Mo Man Tai. It's there. It would be really awkward. May Wen Ti. Yeah, it's May Wen Ti instead of Mo Man Tai. Yeah. Mo Man Tai. Sorry, Mo Man Tai. I'm getting Japanese mix. Mondai. Mondai. Oh no. Okay.
没关系，再见。
Okay. Yeah.
对不起，
对不起. Okay, sorry. 对不起. 对不起. Okay, so 对 is fine. Boo is fine. 起. Oh, interesting. Oh, it's probably the. Wow, I haven't had a radical that stretched across from this radical. Interesting. Yeah, it stretches across. Interesting. 对不起. I actually don't know how to apologize in Fujianese. My parents do this thing where instead of saying sorry, they say I'm wrong. Like the phrase I'm wrong. Like ngoại đạo. Like I'm wrong. So admitting one's faults and wrong, being like of wrongdoing or mistaken is something of a phrase that substitutes for sorry. One could even argue that's a bigger, even bigger step than saying sorry for a face culture. Like admitting you're wrong. Do you get... Ooh. 不错. Oh, 不错. Oh, yeah, 不错. Yeah, not, yeah, 不错. Yeah. 不错. 不错. Yeah. As in, I didn't get it yet, though. I didn't get it yet. Not yet.
对不起，
对不起. Not yet.
伦敦在英国。
Lungdong. Oh, Lungdong. Oh, they're going with all the cities right now. Lungdong. Oh, that's where Lungdong comes from. That makes sense. I was like, what the heck uses Lung and Dung? Lungdong? Oh, heck. That's an affirmative, but it just means not wrong. Yeah. I talked about bushuo a lot because it's funny because now American English is kind of like that. American English translates really well to the idea of using bu or like something that is not something, right? So it's kind of funny when we get to it. I'm probably gonna mention it again. Like it's not, it's not wrong. So you might be thinking it's kind of right, but the idea is it's always not wrong. And now in American English, at least on the internet, that's what most people use now. Like, oh, I don't disagree. I don't disagree. And you kind of say this in Chinese. You don't disagree. As opposed to, I agree. Sometimes. So it's kind of the same thing on the bushuo. Not wrong. Not saying it's not quite it's right, but you can say it's right, but it's not wrong. And I'm not wrong. That kind of thing. I'm not wrong. Not instead of saying I'm right, I'm not wrong. And that's what American English does now on the internet. It's like, that's not wrong. It's like, all right. Used to ask Chinese students in my math class for help on the city names. Yeah, dude. Proper nouns are gonna destroy me. It's kind of like learning katakana. Lundung. Lungdung. I've never heard of Lungdung. That's so... I think this feeling is the same as katakana. Where it's like, oh yeah, that's so funny. That works so well. They used to look at me like I just walked into an Illuminati meeting. Yeah, fair enough. I can see that. Lungdung. Okay, Lungdung Jai Ingwo. Okay. Lungdung. Yes. Listen, to this day, I still don't know how my parents refer to Pennsylvania. City names I found decently easy since I'm doing Korean. It's the actual countries that Fair enough. Fair enough, Blair. Lungdung, I don't actually know if I go up there and say Lungdung to my parents if they know I'm referring to London. Usually we just use Ingwo and refer to it as that. If you're not in a big city, you just make up the town name by phonetics. Yeah, basically. My parents, so you know this thing, like instead of 英国, for like you know 中国, right? 中国 meaning like middle, like the center, right? The center country, right? The center country, like the center of the world, right? So what they do is they take New York as a reference point, and then they make everything referencing to New York. So if like Pennsylvania is next to New York, they would come up with some sort of facsimile of referring to, oh, the place next to New York. And in like New Jersey, the place next to, otherwise they use the American names. So they try to do the American pronunciation, the English pronunciation, as opposed to then going back to phonetics, where you like take these words and try to find Pennsylvania. Like, can you write Pennsylvania? Holy, oh my gosh, let me see what Pennsylvania is. I don't think I have all of these characters yet. No, I don't have any of them. Oh wait, except for what looks like Yajo. Oh yeah, Yajo is one of them. Yeah, Yajo is definitely one of them. Yep. They would use Yajo at the end. That's all I remember about when they refer to Pennsylvania. The Yajo. Shifa. Yeah, I only remember Yajo. That's it. That's the only part that I remember about Pennsylvania. So whenever I hear that at the end, I knew they were referring to Pennsylvania. That's it, because I have no idea what the rest is. Like my parents would be talking about it, and then you have to use context to figure out if they're talking about Pennsylvania or not. Names are outrageous. It's I usually ask them like, oh, where is this within French? Philadelphia is a fun one in Korea. In Korean? Oh, I see. California is, yeah, Jajo. Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. That's what my parents said too. In terms of, I guess Pennsylvania could be. I don't know what character this is. What is wow? What is this? This looks familiar. Like I have a character that kind of looks like this. Pink. Oh, Peng. Oh, yeah. Peng. That's right. Like in Pengyo, which, yeah, Pengyo in Friends. Yeah, it hasn't come up yet, but earlier on the Hanzi section was like scrambled differently. So I had Peng. Yeah. Pengjo. Yeah, Pengjo works actually. Pengjo. Oh, that's so good. Pengjo for Pennsylvania. Maryland. No, Mari. Mari. I don't know how you do Maryland. Maryland is adjacent too. I know they use Mari. They still use Mari though. Right? Mari. But I don't know what they use for land. Colloquially, they use Bingjo. Okay. Wow. This is such a deep cut. I don't know how they use land. So, Mari. I heard my parents say Mari. Mari. Something. Thanks, Manifest. Gayo. I'm not sure what they substitute. Marijo? No, that doesn't sound right. That doesn't work. It's specifically state. Oh, okay, that makes sense. That totally makes sense. Maybe Marijo? Marijo. It doesn't really run off the tongue, though. This is fun. This is really fun. Okay. Let's move on. I do need to complete. We're going way into extra innings today. London. Thailand will be 泰国. So 麻利国. Oh, 麻利国. Yeah, that's probably 麻利国. Thailand. 泰国. 麻利国. Sorry, because England, right? England, even if it's New England, is 英国, right? It's 英国. So even if it's like New England, my parents would probably say 新英国, 新英国, probably, or New England, as in like the region, the northeast region of the United States, like New England, right? But England itself is 英国, which is referring to the UK there. So that's kind of funny. I'm gonna ask my parents sometime, maybe like tomorrow. London. Okay. All right. We're fine. We're done. Let's move along.
他住在台湾。
他住在台湾. Thai. We have Thai. Interestingly enough, in Thai, 电台. And one, no one yet. No one. Okay. Let's see. 他住在台湾。
你的老师住在台湾吗？你的
老师
住在台湾
吗？
你的老师住在台湾吗？
王老师住在伦敦那儿。
Oh, this one's not too bad. No. It's kind of like aspirated, but I don't mind this. 王老师住在伦敦哪儿？London 哪儿？Sorry. And I think I'm enjoying this more than I should be enjoying this. Where in London does Mr. Wang live? I think that's what they're going for here. Wait. Yeah, I think this is where they're what they want. Yeah.
对不起，
不客气. Oh no. No worries. 对不起. 没关系. Man, I immediately said 不客气 or 没问题. 没关系. Okay, no worries. Yeah, 没关系. No worries. Or it could say like there's so many ways to say no worries, it's no problem, that's fine, like totally all right, like there's so many. But 没关系 is definitely, we already have 不客气, you're welcome, but really it's also no worries, like, you know, 不客气, like without something, it's something that's associated with having not something, but it comes off as you're welcome. Timon and Pumbaa in the Chinese century. wait, how do you 没关系. Oh yeah, it means no. 没关系. Actually, wait. All right, I gotta look at a clip. Okay, I need to remind myself. I gotta look at a clip of Chinese Lion King. Like what I mean is Lion King dubbed in Chinese. I have to hear Akuna Matata. I gotta hear. Wait, I guess they keep Akuna Matata, right? But I'm curious if they say 没关系 in like normal dialogue. It's like, what Hakuna Matata? What does that mean? 没关系. Sorry. Hang on. I actually want to watch. Oh, now you know what? That's a great idea. Now, I want to watch the Disney movies, like all the Disney movies in the different languages, because Disney is often translated internationally, and they have like pretty like you know, low, like high comprehensible vocabulary. 没关系. I can't unsee that and unhear that anymore. No worries. It means no worries for the rest of your days. Hakuna Matata. Okay, my family lives in Canada.
我
我的
家人
家人
住
住
在
加
拿大。
The only new one here is 住. Hakuna Matata is like chapter 8 of Swahili. Oh, wait, for real? Neat. How you know this? Wait, are you like just pulling my leg, or did you actually that real? I believe it. It works so well. I don't even know if it's Swahili. I'm just saying. I'm taking your word for it because I don't really know where Hakuna Matata comes from. 我的家人住在加拿大. Fine. I don't know if it's on Duolingo. Oh, okay. Because they have Swahili though, right? They have Swahili as a fun thing, but I don't know how far or how long, or I'm not sure. Maybe they don't. I have no idea. I. Oh. Wait. This is probably... I've seen this kanji before in Shashinko today. What was it for? Oh, that's so... Oh, no, it's not. It's close to it. It's close to it, but it's not. Okay, never mind. I. Are we gonna say love? Is all I can think of right now.
起
Oh yeah, right. T.
节
Yeah. I'm starting to forget all the vocabulary. Oh no. And all the Hanzi
湾
one, right? Taiwan,
东
Dong. Okay, Lon, Dong. Oh, it's in Swahili. Okay.
I.
Hi.
节
Yeah. I clicked on the wrong one. I can't do that again, or else I'm just not gonna... I'm gonna run out of time today. So I need to stop doing that.
节
Yeah.
东
Dong.
I.
起
Oh, 不客气.
轮
轮
节
What is this?
租节
Oh, okay.
妹节
Yep, it's I.
I.
Yeah, love. They went with love. I. 我爱你 kind of thing.
我爱纽约。
我爱纽约. Okay, fine. Yep. Oh, that's such a. Oh, you know what? This is a deep cut. This right here, it's a deep cut. It's super deep, especially if you're a Chinese American. Oh, and East Coast Chinese American. Sponsored content. Yes, 我爱纽约. Yeah, this is a classic. Oh, and just for the record, Duolingo Co, like HQ, is based in Pittsburgh. It's based in Pittsburgh, so it's PA. So technically East Coast. But this, yeah, this is a this is a heavy deep cut, especially for Chinese people. Yeah, I love New York. 我爱纽约.
我爱纽约。
Man.
这是什么？
这是什么? Okay, fine. All of a sudden. 这是什么? What is this? 我爱纽约的冰淇淋. Okay, all right, that's enough. That's enough of your memeing.
这是李医生，
这是
这是
你，这是李医生，
这是李医生，
李医生. Okay. For a moment there, I thought they said 这是你医生, but 李医生, that's fine. Teacher, I mean Dr. Li.
他们是谁？
他们是谁? Yep. Doctor Who! Not sponsored, by the way. Doctor Who! I'm just kidding. Who? 他们他们是谁? Doctor Who. It's also capitalized. It's also capitalized Doctor Who by coincidence. Okay, all right, we're done. I don't watch Doctor Who. Petitious and I already talked about it a couple of times. Who are they? Okay, 他们是谁? ChatGPT. The measure word for ice cream in Chinese is 一. Therefore, you would say 一支冰淇淋 to mean one ice cream. Measure words in Chinese are used to quantify nouns and are essential for proper grammar. Okay. Okay. Who are they? Okay.
这是王老师的爸爸。
这是 okay.
这是
这是王老师的爸爸。
爸爸。这是王老师的爸爸。
Sure. I don't know what's going on anymore. Like, I guess they're just mixing things in. 这是 well, I don't know what's new here. Yeah, I don't know what's new here. I don't know what's going on. I've lost a semblance of my tracking.
这是王老师的爸爸。
I don't know if they're trying to tell me a new vocabulary, like a new grammar point. I don't know what's going on here.
他有姐姐吗？
I think it's pushing you towards something. Yeah, maybe. Oh, maybe. Oh, they might be introducing the other family member terms. That's why they're doing that. 他有姐姐吗？ Yeah, maybe. 他有姐姐吗？
姐姐。
姐姐。This translates really well in to Fujonese. It's still fine, right? 狗狗姐姐 yeah oh no it's not exact though 姐姐 yeah 姐姐 instead of 姐姐姐姐一姐 right 一姐一狗 so it's probably like 姐姐一姐 right you like truncate it most like the when it stands alone it has a double but when it's modified by something you drop one of the syllables so like 姐姐姐姐姐 right so interesting it's more or less the same not really it kind of means the world of difference between 姐姐 and 姐姐
她有4个姐姐。
她有4个姐姐 it's also 姐姐 illustrates why sometimes I have problems saying 谢谢 instead of 谢谢 I sometimes say 谢谢 because it's kind of like 姐姐 instead of 姐姐 there's no like earing out so whenever I say like after a while the first time I say 谢谢 I don't say it as well it's like a different accent altogether like 谢谢 instead of 谢谢她有4个姐姐她有4个姐姐姐姐 instead of 姐姐姐姐 not really close but no cigar
10
Oh, we're not gonna even start on numbers. Numbers are nowhere in the ballpark, except for like 3. Sang is like the goated for whatever reason. It even carries to Japanese.
9
J. Wait, what happened to my audio?
鱼
对不起，名字什么？
0
Oh, I totally forgot that Ling means 0 too.
爱
鱼
姐
JP gets a lot of audio problems pretty regularly. Yeah, it does.
Get more with Super Duolingo.
You can hear them pretty regularly. And I'm not even trained in Japanese, right? Or exposed. I mean, even my passive exposure can pick up on the weirdness in Japanese, even between the voices. But it's something. I don't really find it that much. I actually think it's really funny.
鱼
Yeah. Aku, hi. I'm too. Oh no worries. Oh, I'm running really late. Kamiya, how are you? Isn't it late for you too? My theory is the GNN for making the I AI voices can't identify its own sample sometimes and falls without a clip. Yes, I agree. It's probably that's what I would say too. And yes, very late, but today has been pretty lax. Oh, okay. What'd you do today? Or things you're willing to share?
饭
Fun.
鞋面生
Okay, we gotta blitz. We gotta go quick, so
但是
hang on. Let me
鱼
knock this out of the park here.
站台
英文书，
这是第二站台，这是第二站台。
第二站台在哪里？
我想去公园，但是会下雨。想去公园，但是会下雨。我想去公园，但是会下雨。
Well, it's technically Sunday now. Yeah.
我也吃面
Oh, you slept in. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I just need to get a heart back. I like to keep 2 hearts on the docket. I'm not a combo gamer, so I like to have at least 1 extra.
两个房间，两个房间。
我也看英文书
When I'm not paying attention to reading
韩文书，
and just translating, it's my natural state. Like
韩
I do it so
文书
often in my life, like every day. Like sometimes my father would come in and ask me a question, and it's just immediate. It's so whenever they're like saying whatever, if they were like talking a bunch of Chinese, like I would be translating on the spot or interpreting on the spot all the time. It's kind of like the most natural thing to do. It's fairly low effort for me.
我的
Oops.
我的，他吃日本菜，
You might use Yeshi over He over 但是 or but, just more colloquial with no grammar difference. I see. 可是 sorry 可是 so 但是 okay. Interesting. I haven't heard the other one. I only heard 但是
两个
两个房间
房间，
你
Whenever I listen to my parents talk or anyone who knows the language I know, I can just tune it out since translating gets tiring sometimes. That's fair. That's fair, Kamiya. That's understandable. Yeah, I translate a lot. Like I interpret a lot. I'm using the word interpret because it takes a lot of discipline to want to translate everything. So whenever my parents talk, I hear it simultaneously. So since I've done it for so long, it's almost like breathing. Whenever someone talks, it's like, oh yeah, that's what they're saying. But sometimes whenever I'm saying it to someone else, I might forget. I might forget that I'm like in a different language sometimes. So if my parents are speaking Fujianese and I'm gonna translate for them, they're like, oh, what did they say? I might end up slipping and starting in Fujianese and then finishing in English or something like that, which happens every once. Because it doesn't take that much more energy when you're doing it, when you're so practiced. So I'm trying not to do that, by the way. I'm trying not to do that because that will make me a terrible learner if I'm ignoring things. So like learning these words, like these writing, this
饭
stuff,
馆
I have to try not to ignore them. If I ignore them, there's going to be gaps in my reading
饭馆
knowledge, which happens a lot with people who already know something and then they think that they can skip basics, right? if they were to do something over again. And I don't want to end up being like that. In my opinion. That's my personal opinion. I try not to do. Let's see. Whoa. What? What? Oh.
我吃面，
What's your meal? What do you eat?
你
你
吃
吃什么？
什么？
Sorry. You say that so much in a restaurant. Like you go in a restaurant, it's like, is that Chinese? Yeah, it's Chinese. Herbie. For me, I can't ignore English easily since it's so ingrained in your head. But like German, Spanish, I can tune it off in my head. Oh, I see.
我
我想
想
我想去跑步，
跑步，但是会下雨。
Okay, we got our heart back. So let's go back and finish this. We're gonna stop after completing this set because I am way over time. We had way too much time. I talked to someone else during my Shashinko session. By the way, I met another college student who's like finishing their thesis soon, and they're gonna go into a master program on like in psychology, and they're deciding what to do. Very interesting fellow. I meet so many university students. I get a chance to meet so many university students. I'm still in video games. Like, yeah, when you're playing video games, you also get a chance. But it's been such a wonderful experience. I lose track of time really, really quickly. So many people. It's nice to see that. By the way, that person haven't started learning another language. They were just interesting. They were just interested in learning another language, maybe in the future. You've been doing Duo for a month now, and I've started trying to translate sentences in my head before I sleep. It keeps me awake trying to translate into Spanish and Korean. Me too. Me too. When there are some people who said like, oh, but wait till you start dreaming in the other language. I already had several of those dreams, but that doesn't mean that just it's part of the regular process. Like sometimes the characters in my head don't, like the people in my dream don't speak English, so that's kind of one of those things, and that might happen later for others, and it might be a little bit more momentous for them. But yeah, you just get random languages in your dreams. For me, I don't have to write a thesis, but I kind of wish I had to since I like research. Perfectly all right. I think you and I think they're in a different time zone, but this person is incredibly enthusiastic. The reason why I'm bringing this person up is they kind of remind me of you, Kamiya, at least the brief interactions we have, how enthusiastic they are about and like concerned about like application and whatnot. Nah, screw writing thesis. Except Sub-Zero. Sub-Zero is a slacker. Sub-Zero is a slacker. D. Oh, right. D. Sub-Zero is also at a uni, by the way, Kamiya. I don't know if that's clear.
D.
He's also a scholar, so
哥
enjoy.
哥
G. Oh, hey. It's just the left side of G. Because we had Chang Ge, that Ge too. So what, it's modified. The Ge in Chang Ge. Right. Right. It has this radical added to it. And then this is just the vanilla. I call these the vanilla ones. I like how Hanze does this thing where like a lot of the times when there's a read that's using like an initial or final combination, right? That is similar, that is like on top of each other, but maybe a different tone or something. Occasionally it'd be like a modification of a naked radical with another radical, which is kind of cool. Like for example, it's something that's not present in kanji, so in my opinion. So like this and this, right? And then like this and this, right? I really like it. I like I can see it and it's kind of fun. I'm not gonna go into like a book or something to explain all these things. I think it's fun discovering these things. It's practically like a video game at this point. Whenever you see like the relationship between these characters, there's so many of them. And then you have like other modifiers, other different types of modifiers, like this one, tiao. There's modifiers of this where the bottom changes.
哥，
I agree with sourcing because it's like you find something and then you realize it was just a review or not complete. Wait, what's up, Zero? And yes, we met in chat before I thought. Oh yeah, okay. I like learning, but I can't stand constantly sourcing everything. Yeah. Understand. Yeah. Sourcing. Just take my word for it. Sub-Zero, don't trust me, bro. Okay, don't be lazy. For shame. Due diligence. Okay, due diligence. You're heckin' academics. Okay, you gotta do your due diligence. For shame.
哥，
Trust me, bro. Take my word for it.
姐，
Okay, I really need to get these locked down. Yeah. Okay. Ooh, these are kind of new. Yeah. This is Dung.
牛，
Nyo. Oh no, that's New York. Oh no, Nyo. Oh no, that's new. Oh no, I lost everything. Nyo. What? D.
弟，
Right. Oh, this is DD. Oh yeah, this is DD. Right.
哥，
and 哥哥 DD and 哥哥
妹，
Okay.
哥，妹，妹， 妹，
I had too much fun. It's fine. This is
香，
Dung
蹲，
Dung
弟，哥， 妹，
May. Okay.
你有哥哥吗？
你有哥哥吗？ Yeah, 哥哥。
哥，
Interesting.
哥，
So do they want me to? 你有哥哥吗？ They do. Interesting. I guess.
哥哥，
哥哥。
他们是我的哥哥和姐姐。
弟弟 is younger. 他们是我的哥哥和姐姐。姐姐。对。Okay.
王医生有5个妹妹。
王医生有5个妹妹。Oh yeah, 妹妹 that's right. 妹妹 younger sisters. Right. Right. And then we're gonna get 弟弟 for younger brothers. Okay, fair enough. Imagine having 5 younger sisters. Ooh, haha. That's more like my parents' generation.
妹妹，
妹妹。
李老师没有弟弟。
Is Mei Mei also a name? I feel like I heard that before. Mei Mei could be a name. Yeah. Mei Mei. It could be like Mei and then Mei Mei is a nickname. Mei Mei. Nickname. But all these names could be nicknames, or they could be referring to sisters, like 我妹妹, and lots of times in Chinese, at least in my opinion, my parents and family members refer to them as family members, as opposed to using their actual names. So like we rarely use our given names, like. Whoa. And then it translates to my English as well. Actually, some people actually made a comment like that before. Like my sister, for example, wouldn't ever refer to me by my name. They might most of the time refer to me as like I'm her brother, and I just did it. Like I refer to my sister as my sister. Which sister? Sometimes you kind of maybe can distinguish between them, but usually it's like my older sister, my younger sister, my middle sister, right? Like you don't usually use proper nouns, like you don't use given names. So my parents would refer to me like my mother, right, would tell my father, it's like, go get your son. It's like, son, what are you doing? Like my son, what are you doing? Right? That kind of thing. As opposed to the person's name, like addressing by the person's name. So there is a very good chance when you're hearing is they're probably really referring to a family relation too. So Mei Mei comes up a lot, and Didi, or even one syllable, like what Mei, right? Like Ni Mei. Actually, I don't know about Mandarin, but in Fujianese, you would say like that person's brother, and you would only use one syllable. Yeah, baby sis, my baby sis, my baby bro, right? My baby sis, my baby bro, my big bro, my big sis, my paps, my papa, my mama, like the papa being not dad, my not my dad, but my papa, that kind of thing. So that's kind of where that's coming from, at least in my opinion. Like, oh, let me get my sister. That's kind of how that works. I usually don't use my sister's name, and I don't know how often my sister uses. We don't usually use our given name if it's family relations. It's interesting. I think it's cute. My baby sis, my baby bro. Okay. Let's see. 李老师没有 没有弟弟. Okay. 没 again. Teacher Lee does not. 没有 mayonnaise. Sorry. Because I grew up in the United States and I'm thinking about dressing and food a lot. Whenever I watch Chinese programming and they say mayo, I'm just like mayonnaise. Sorry. There's no natural, like there's no natural phrase. At least I don't know if there's a natural phrase that ends with nays. But all I can think about is mayonnaise. If you think about, like, you know how Americans, I don't know if you guys watch a lot of like funny word things, but oftentimes Americans try to sound fancy, right? So they put extra emphasis on words that are adopted that aren't Germanic of nature, and mayonnaise is one of them. So instead of mayo and saying mayonnaise, mayonnaise is the original American pronunciation, right? Mayonnaise. It just runs together. Mayonnaise. But if you want to get really fancy, you say mayonnaise. That's what this reminds me of. Like mayo. Mayonnaise. Sorry, I don't know why this stuff is funny to me. I think it's really funny. It's kind of like saying this. Target. Target. Right? I don't even know how do you do it. Like target. The kid you not, this is uttered in colloquial speak. Target. Ekin target. Instead of target. Target. You don't think you've ever heard anyone ever say mayonnaise correctly as an American? Yeah. It's fine though. That's kind of the fun thing about learning languages. Like you hear all the things. I already shared my story about see you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. It means no more soy sauce. Welcome back, Marco. See you tomorrow. If you say see you tomorrow, you're gonna say we ran out of soy sauce in Fujianese. I just hear people say they prefer Miracle Whip. Miracle Whip? Yeah. What about that Miracle Whip? Right? The whip. Whip. Makes it fancier, you know? Cool Whip. Sorry. Family Guy. Thank you. Thank you, Seth MacFarlane. Thank you. Cool Whip. Okay, does not have a younger brother. Alright. Cool Whip. You what? That's a meme now, right? I think you what is still a thing online. You what? Anytime I hear whip, I always think of it. Or what? What is a thing too. I forgot which regional accent that is. It's a part of the United States and I don't remember. The what? Isn't that King of the Hill? Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Dang it, Bobby. Oh yeah, you what? Which region is that? Tennessee? Kentucky? I don't know which region. Is it South? I don't know. I'll tell you what. Oh, it's Texas? Okay. I'll tell you what. I think it's funny.
我的爸爸没有妹妹。
I'm gonna honest deep cuts here, guys. If you don't like this stuff, like talking about this stuff and messing around like this, I think it may not be as, you're not having as much fun, in my opinion, as you could be as a language learner. If you're not like giggling and having fun and talking about like comparing and contrasting, I think it will be less enjoyable overall as being a language learner. Because this is the stuff that will build the foundation of, in my opinion, your emotional connection with learning a language. This is like part of the experience, is constantly be reminded of other things and other little quirks about languages. And also hating is fine too, in a sense. Like what I mean is that emotional investment is what I'm talking about. So while you can love things a lot, you can also hate things, but having that vivid emotions make learning really powerful, right? It like sticks to you. You can't forget these things. It's hard to forget whip because it deals with a word that comes up in your lexicon. So whip is gonna be stuck there. What is gonna be stuck there? If you can do that with your language learning, it's kind of hard to forget things, in my opinion.
我的爸爸没有妹妹。
我的爸爸没有妹妹。
妹妹，我的爸爸没有妹妹。
Okay. 我的爸爸没有没有妹妹。Sorry, I can't resist. 没有。What are you gonna have on your sandwich? 没有。It's like, okay, you don't have something? 没有。I'm gonna go up to my parents one day and ask them, do you know what this sauce is called? 没有。我的 baby 没有。我的爸爸 Yeah, 我的爸爸没有。Yeah, right? You know? I wonder if people from other countries use American slangs or try to. I think if there's some tolerance around, do it. Have fun. Like, I can't even emphasize how effortless it'd be, in my opinion. It'll be a lot less effortless. Like, it'll be less like stressful and taxing in some way when people like can engage like this with their language. It's so much. I think so, at least. Second male.
他们
他们要 wait
要
no
有
有三个弟弟。 You know what I'm thinking about when I hear Didi? Didi. Oh no, I lost it. Didi. It's a classic character. Didi, which character am I thinking of? I think it's a 4Kids television thing. Wait, is it a Nickelodeon thing? Is it a Nickelodeon character? Didi. Why am I... Oh, Dexter. Yes, Dexter. That's right. Oh, that's not Nickelodeon. It's oh yeah, Dexter Laboratory. Didi. Oh no. Oh no. I can't unhear that anymore. Yeah, Dexter Laboratory. Oh no. That's so confusing because Didi is Dexter's older sister. Oh no. And this is the word for younger brother. Oh no. Oh, I'm totally making a I'm gonna make a confusing mnemonic just for this. You know, Didi makes me think of Dexter's older sister. But since Dexter is the younger brother, then obviously Didi means younger brother. Right? 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 You follow that logic? You follow it? You read my mind. It's Didi from Dexter's Laboratory. From Dexter's laboratory. Na 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 na. Okay, sorry. Okay. Na 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 na. When things go boom in Dexter's lab. Okay. All right, I'm composed. Okay.
李老师
李老师
没有
没有弟弟。Sorry. Okay. One more lesson, and we're gonna do the review-ish thing, and oh, we have 15 minutes. Yeah, 15 minutes of Hanzi practice, and then we're gonna call it a day from there. Yeah. Okay. 姐姐 This is how. New. Yeah. Oh no, this is yeah. Oh, this is
牛
yeah. Oh man, I'm getting yo and yeah mixed up. Okay, yeah. Open.
家牛香轮
人 You know what Rong reminds me of? It kind of reminds me of Big Ben, doesn't it? With the little hat. But that doesn't help because Don, what is... I've already forgotten what Don is. Okay.
起
Oh, this is...
节
No, 节. Oh my gosh. I already forgot. Wait. No. It's 节. It's the feminine marker that helps, I suppose. I. Really? This is Dun?
Dun.
Oh, it's gonna be hard to remember Dun.
轮
I.
I is okay. Yeah, I is okay. One.
弯
I
Dun.
one. Dun. D.
弟我也没有妹妹
我也没有妹妹。我也没有妹妹。Wait. Oh no. Never mind. Just kidding. Yeah, we're fine.
爱，
我有弟弟也有妹妹。
我有弟弟。
弟弟，
我
你呢？
喂，
你呢？
我
我有弟弟也有妹妹，
也有
有妹妹。
I didn't realize you could do that. Oh, okay. That's a grammar point. 我有弟弟也有妹妹。
我有弟弟也有妹妹。
Yeah, that's a grammar point right there. Yeah. 也有 You're back? Welcome back, GB.
起
起不可起 I got small brother and small sister. Yeah. Alright, so now we gotta go to our Hanzi. How many characters? Oh my! Oh no. Okay. Well, we have a problem here. Houston, we have a problem. That's a lot. We're falling so far behind. Beijinger? What the? Beijinger? Okay. 香港
香港
Beijinger
香港
Beijinger
香港
That sounds like an Americanism right there. Like, what are you? I'm a Beijinger.
香港
You know?
香港，
香港
Did you catch those Beijingers out
香港
there? Actually, is that what they call them? No. Is that really what they call
香
them?
港
It sounds so negatively charged. Yeah, I know, right?
香港
It kind of reminds me of like a 76er,
香港
right? Like a 76er.
香港
香港
Pekinger. It's so
香港
Americanized.
香港
香港，
香
香港
That sounds awful. SMH. Imagine just adding ERs instead. I'm a Chinaer. Oh my gosh. I don't think that works. We're gonna stick with other things. I don't know why Beijinger is a choice there.
纽约
纽约纽约
纽约
纽约 Well, what the
纽约
纽约 I'm gonna stick with 纽约
纽约
This
纽
is the
约
year. The year.
纽约人
纽约
Okay.
纽约人，纽约，
纽约
纽约
纽约人
纽约人
纽约，
纽约
Okay, sure. Every time someone speaks to me in Chinese, I just say, 我不知道. Yeah, that's solid. Yep. 我不说中文. 我不说中文.
纽约
No, yeah.
香港
香港
香
香港
香港
香港，
香港
or
香港，
你们你说英文？你说英文？
香港
你说英文吗？
香港
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 Or you can be super ambitious and ask them if I don't even know how to say. It's probably like 日本话 as opposed to 日本话 as opposed to 日本文 No. Yeah, it's like 日本话 if you speak Japanese. 我不说中文，毕竟 oh god, do that. by right, I should say 我不明白. Yeah, 不明白. If I said 英文, then they'll reply 你会将会 Oh, yeah. True. Okay, you got a point.
住
You got a point. You got a point.
住
You're running away from your responsibilities.
住
住住住
住
住
住
住住住
I usually say like 我说一点点中文。我说一点点中文。
住
or 一点中文。
住
But I would like to emphasize how little.
住
住
It's not my responsibility if they don't speak English. Alright, fair enough. Fair enough. Whoa.
"早上好."
早上好. Oh, they added. Oh, no, that's fine. 早上好. Yeah, that's one of our first vocabularies of this unit. Oh no. I've forgotten everything.
早上好
Oh no. Oh no. Tomorrow's.
早上
I'm gonna get wrecked so hard tomorrow. I haven't been
早上
paying
好
attention at all. Oh boy.
早上
Running away from
早上好
responsibilities.
早上
早上
Sean.
早上好，
早上
I'm neglecting all of my responsibilities. Okay.
早上好，
That I made up for myself.
早上
Oh, sometimes you say 我会听我不会 wait. Oh, 我不会讲 Okay. Nothing Cappy can't fix. Look at this update. Oh, actually, I don't think Sub-Zero was here. Look at this update. Look at how insane number of exercises they added. I kid you not. Because they added that recent update, there's so many more lessons in this. I was like vigorously keeping up with all of them. And now, no, it was 2 days ago. And it was worse 2 days ago. So I was like, I'm very excited, by the way. It's going to take a while to catch up. Yeah, they added like all the use cases and oh man. They basically did the same thing to kanji in the revision, like when they did the kanji thing around like 1 month when I was into kanji. So they did the same thing for Hanzi. But the problem with Hanzi, or not the problem, is that it's like 4 times the volume, right? It's 4 times the volume. So I'm still playing catch up at the moment.
纽约
New Year. So funny. So you know Sub-Zero, you watched me like do the kanji section where like they would match hiragana with kanji, and then they would like try to trick you by putting all the ones that are kind of similar but they kind of look similar or they actually sound similar, and they then try to trick you. All those exercises now are in the Chinese course. So before they weren't in the Chinese course. So what I did was I challenged myself to write all of them. So now I don't need to do that. I don't need to remind myself of all the old vocabulary because they have SRS of all the overlapping old vocabulary, like all the old Hanzi. So that's why oh, talking about kanji, I don't know when to use oyomi or kunyomi when reading it. Ah, I see, especially without the help of furigana. That's fair. That's fair.
纽约人，
纽约人。
纽约人，
Do I experience that problem? So, no. But the thing is, I only restrict myself to knowing the actual reading. So in Duolingo,
纽约
since most of my kanji comes from Duolingo, by the way, or either I learn from like Shashinko or something like that, I learn them case by case. So I don't try to predict whether it is Oyomi or Kunyomi. I learn them case by case. And that's what Duolingo does. Case by case. And they deliberately do it. They deliberately combine Oyomi and Kunyomi. So I bootstrap through it. And I like it. I enjoy it. So I memorize all of them case by case through practice.
纽约人，
So it's a brute force method.
纽约
I haven't done a brute
纽约人。
force method in a
纽约。
while. So I don't remember, I don't try to remember like, oh, this is when I use Oyomi or Kunyomi. I just know that this is when I do it. And this is the only instance. And then I keep piling on more instances.
纽约人，
It's basically what their Duolingo does. They give you all the cases right away. Or they try to. They introduce new kanji very slowly. And they constantly try to shove kunyomi and oyomi down your throat. And that's what this section is. This is kind of an adaptation of kanji. So kanji will have oftentimes in the Duolingo section, they would have something with new reads, so new unique kanji. And the new kanji would be maybe 1/2 a reused kanji. They call it the reused kanji, or used in new words. And that would be a combination of onyomi, and kunyomi. And you remember them case by case. And you bootstrap through them. Is what they do. The thing is, I understand the kanji meaning because it's the same as Hanzi, but I don't know how to read it. Okay, some of them, yeah. A lot of them do preserve their meanings.
哪里？
Nadi. Yeah.
钱包，
Oh no. Oh no, these are one of those exercises. Okay.
钱包，
Oh. Nadi.
米饭。中文。钱包。老公。哪里？
钱包，
Oh, I think I really like the Duolingo Chinese course. I almost kind of feel like people will be like the average Japanese learner would be more acceptable if the pace was like the Chinese course, with how crazy fast and high density the characters are. So if they were to mirror the pace of introducing kanji like they introduce Hanzi, I think lots of the like really hardcore Japanese people would be less dissatisfied with it. Just for the record though, I don't mind how slow the Japanese goes. I actually learned the hiragana and the output for the hiragana well in advance of the kanji, and learning how to recognize the kanji and writing the kanji. The writing part is the hard part. However, most people don't even go to writing. It's really the step from adding the kanji onto a hiragana read is effortless when it comes to how long you have to know the hiragana, like the reading of the hiragana, the different reading, all the different reading in advance. With that said, most people are in a rush to be able to read Japanese, like read comfortably, and that involves being able to read kanji without the aid of furigana. So it's more, in my opinion, more of a, I don't want to say it, but more of an urgency that they want that. But I learned all the hiragana beforehand, and Duolingo's pacing on the hiragana is great. And that whole oyomi and kunyomi thing is because you have so much time learning the onyomi and the kunyomi that by the time the kanji is introduced, and then you know all the kanji instances because you never move on to new unique kanjis very rapidly, I don't have that problem, basically. I learned hiragana by using the subs at the bottom of the TV. Whoa, that's hardcore. That's very hardcore.
钱包
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 nice.
哪里？
钱包
Okay.
钱包钱包
钱包女儿客气
哪里？英国
哪里？哪里？
钱包咖啡哪里？老婆绿茶
钱包
钱包
OK
书店
书店
你的
你的
钱包
钱包
韩文
韩文
哪里
哪里You're only learning kanji, which I need when I go to Japan. Yeah, understandable. Like directions, signs, etc. Yeah, yep. Oh, you only are learning the kanji which you need when you go to Japan. Yeah, directions and stuff like migi. Yeah, that's fair enough. I think overall, I honestly think if they, I don't know. So this is a different experience than Japanese, and I don't think I would change it for it. Although I do have to admit, I can see why some people who did both the Japanese and the Chinese course, there are a few people who actually stuck around in Duolingo for both of these. This is something that is a very different experience than the Japanese course. If this was the pace, I think some people think that this is how fast you should learn kanji. And my thought is, yes and no. I think Hanzi works because of the way Hanzi is read most of the time. But kanji, I can see why they extended the kanji because of oyomi and kunyomi. And that's kind of why I like that. But it takes double the amount of time for the onyomi and kunyomi to be sorted out. In Chinese, Hanzi, it's not the rule, but more the exception. Whenever you have like Ming, right? Ming and Ming, two Mings, right? Two Lings, two Lees. But they're different characters most of the time. At least in the beginning. I'm sure there's going to be homophones and hominins and whatnot, and homographs and all that stuff. But this would be the pace that beginners or newly people think that this is the pace you learn language in. I actually think this is a little absurd. I've been putting in a lot of extra time on remembering all the characters. I can write all the characters without context, except minus the last set. This is today's set, which I can't write. Do I remember all the vocabulary using the Hanzi sets. Kind of. It's like 90%. I'm forgetting a lot of vocabulary because without context. I can't like construct them out of it. Yeah. I realize stone and right is so similar for their kanji. Stone and right is stone. Are you talking about stone as in ishi or iwa? Which one? Because I don't actually know how to. This is like ishi. Oh, okay, ishi. I saw this already, but I haven't gotten the kanji yet. It's like it has a crown, and I don't know. It kind of looks like this or something like that. I'm making it up because I don't actually know the kanji, but maybe it has like a crown, and then something under it, like an R, or kind of looks like this shape. I don't actually know. Let me look at what ishi is. Oh, it's that. Oh, okay. Yeah, the box. Yeah, never mind. The box. Yeah, the box. That's where I was looking. Yeah, it kind of looks like it. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Oops, I wrote it in the wrong direction. It's this way. Oh, wait, actually, no. It might be... No, yeah, it's this way. Yeah, it's stroke down and then right. And what you call it? You just put 2 hours every day to memorize them. I realize stone is so similar to kanji. Yeah, and since they're so similar, it's really easy to remember them, right? At least in my opinion. Some people think, like, in my opinion, when they think when things are very similar, right? When things are very similar, it's difficult to remember them because you would get them confused. But actually, it's so easy to confuse them. Nah. This is the person. You see? The person is tripping. They're tripping over to the right. So this is right. This isn't a person. It's got to be a stone. The person is tripping over the stone. Yeah, right. So if the person is tripping on over the stone, then it's got to be right. If you can't see a person tripping over a stone, then it's got to be a stone. Thank you for that, though. Now I will remember stone a lot easier. At least ishi. At least ishi. Not iwa. Yeah, iwa looks a little bit different. It's not the exact same thing, but I'm pretty sure it's iwa. Yeah, iwa is similar. It has a crown. So iwa, I think the crown is probably yama, maybe? Yeah. So then it has the same. This iwa has like the yama crown. Iwa. It has the crown and then the same radical, which means a rock. It means big stone. I mean, it could mean big stone. I actually don't know. It means a rock, by the way. And like here's the quick story of how I know iwa and ishi. Okay, so I played 2 games. You saw one of the games, right, earlier, Chibi. So shashinko use iwa, and the other game I was playing, wagotabi, use ishi. to express rock / stone. And my first thought was, wait a minute. They also they also use the same character. Like the same radical. I'm like, oh, okay, that's interesting. And I haven't learned rock in Duolingo yet. So Duolingo hasn't chosen. I think Duolingo did allude to that they're Ishi. They're part of the Ishi team. So I think so. I think there was one instance where when I was learning like Kana or something, when I was learning the Kana section, I think Duolingo is going to choose Ishi. Iwa is like a boulder. No, in Shashinko, it's referring to a rock, like a rock in a park. Like when you took a picture, it's a rock in a park. And if you want to get a little bit more confusing, this expression for Ishi is associated with a castle on the rock. So what I mean is, the way Wagotabi introduced Ishi is describing a castle on top of a gigantic rock, like a mountain. So when they were referring to like a namesake, they were introducing a famous castle that's on top of a rock. And they were using Ishi. So if you think that Iwa might be referring to a boulder, the cases that I've seen, Iwa is a big stone, yeah, but Ishi, no, like like that's not, I'm telling you that is not the case when it comes to learning. Like Ishi, a castle is not on top of a small rock, in my opinion. So I wouldn't jump to as many conclusions about it as much. I would not go right for that. But hey, whichever works, I in my opinion. Oh, and is it Ishi? No. No, it's just Ishi. Because you're typing. Okay. Okay. All right. I'm just making sure. Oh wow. Oh, and we got to be careful, I guess. We got to use kanji because then we'll be confused with. But anyways, I think it works for being a big rock because it has a crown, right? It has a crown. So it's an upgraded rock. So we're fine, right? So Iwa is a graduated crown, yeah, because of Yama. I wouldn't say Yama is big though, because there are small Yamas, big Yamas. The stone fell off the Yama, so it's big. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, your reasoning, that makes sense. I mean, whatever keeps you remembering this, if you know what I mean, right? Like it's your mnemonic, so your mnemonic works, right? Yeah, your mnemonic works. Well, a rock slide has small rocks and large rocks. I don't know. I don't know how that. I'm just gonna call it King Rock. If it's a King Rock, then it's large. You know, it's a King Rock. How can you? It's Big Rock. Who's bigger than the King Rock? This is a peasant. Oops. Look at this. This is a pleb. A pleb. Big Rock. Big Rock is the one with the crown. Okay. I do need to review and then hit the turn in for the day. Tomorrow is gonna be rough, but so it's a pleble. Oh, that is so good. I'm using that from now on. So we have Iwa, the King Rock, right? King Rock, and Ishi, the pleble. All right, we're done. This is forever gonna be ingrained. And if you know this, right, Chibi, if you know this, then you can't confuse it with Migi, right? If you remember one, you can't forget the other, right? You know what Ishi is. You know what Iwa is. That's twice the number of things to not confuse it with Migi. Piece of cake. You can't even trip over a Iwa. Oh yeah, that's death. Or true, you will run into the Iwa. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. Thank you, Chibi. This is why it should be, in my opinion, this is what it should be like when you're language learning with other language learners. Not like competing for who's superior or whose method is better. I think together, if you make stories together, that's how you learn. That's why you want to hang out with other language learners, because that is the cool part. That's why having classmates are awesome, in my opinion, or having people who go to the same class. I miss this. I miss comparing notes, you know, sharing ideas. Kind of like the goobers who are in, sharing different ways to learn. Like that's just how, like, in my opinion, do it, right? The more you argue about something, the more likely you'll remember it. I'm just saying. Even if it's not a good, like a positive experience, I think even the negative experiences reinforce things. Honestly, although that could be toxic. So we'll try not to be toxic to each other. I mean, the streamer is always right, and the viewers are always wrong. Obviously, right? The streamer is always right. The chat is always wrong. I'm just kidding. You think you'll just remember the argument, but not the topic? We're gonna have to fix that, aren't we? We're just gonna have to make you remember. That's a fair point. Like, what were we talking about again? Don't worry, I'll remind you. I'll never forget it now. The moment Duolingo reveals Iwa or Ishi, I'm gonna remind you. Just like I'm gonna remind you. Do you know Dracula Store? Do you know what Dracula Store is? This is because Sub-Zero's here. Do you know what Dracula Store? Come on. What do you think Dracula Store is? This is a Sub-Zero special. Bad? Dorakura Store. Duraku Store. I think it's Doraku Store. Oops, my is pretty terrible. Dora Gustoa. I think that's how you spell it. Let me make sure that I didn't screw that up terribly. Katakana is still not my strong suit for sure. Oh no, it doesn't even come up. Hold up. Duraku. Does it? Oh yeah, Duraku. Yeah, Duraku. And then they just added stoa to it. Yeah, stoa. So they add doraku, which is drug, and then they added store to it in Duolingo. You can use like pharmacy, which they do teach too. Like pharmacy would be which one would they use? Yakyoku. Yakyoku. Yeah, Yakyoku is ya Kyoku. Yakyoku. For pharmacy or drugstore. However, Sub-Zero couldn't refrain from tainting my memories forever. So he's like, Dracula store. I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. That does sound like Dracula store. I mean, you could get blood, I suppose, from a drugstore. Yeah, Yakyoku. Yakyoku. This is a term that I'm more used to. Yakyoku. Anyways, all right. I really got a review, and then we're heading out. So this is Shang, right? Shang, like Shangang. Hong Kong. These are I'm reviewing my English translations for tomorrow for this section. So Hong Kong. Wait, where the heck is the front side of New York? The front side of New York disappeared. Wait, am I crazy? Or I don't see New York on here. Oh, they dropped New York. New is missing. Yeah, new is missing. What does it look like? Oh no. Okay.
纽约
So we have yeah. Alright, that's fine. So we have yeah. Yeah. For New York. That's fine. New is missing. Ju. Live. You can't help with Hanzi. Oh, it's perfectly alright. I'm talking to my people say yakioku. Yeah. I just say Matsumoto Yoshi. It's a chain of Sora. Yeah, that's fair enough. True. My parents we need Arabic. My parents say giant. My parents say giant instead of a grocery store because that's a local giant thing. Right. Same deal. Right. So let's see. Oh no. All right, let's go over the ones that I do remember. So this is Gaga. Gaga. older brother. Yeki no Kyojin. Kyojin. Okay. Mei Mei. Mei Mei. Mei Mei, older sister. Oh wait. Yeah. Edie. Younger brother. I love Oh, this is Chao Shang? Chao Shang? Morning? No, that's not it. Not even close. This is oh no, wait, it is. Oh, it's just this just this one. The other ones are not. So just this. And it's only Xiao Xiao
早上
Xiao Shang. I have Shang? I don't think I have Shang. Okay, so it's just this. Xiao Shang. So morning. And we have Jiao Shang Hao for good morning. DD character has the two pointy things on top. For me, it's their sprouting teeth. Oh, yeah, the crown. Wait, I gotta see if it's down here. Okay, so here's... Oh, it is a recurring one. Wait, what is this recurring for? Oh, Xiangwang. Oh. Xiangwang. Oh no. I totally forgot about that. That's where this character came from. So it's added to this. Xiangwang for going online. Alright, and then how? How is to mix with that too. So how? So many vocabulary. Oh no. We're in trouble. Oh wait. Oh, these two, right? Is Rungdong, maybe. Oh, freak! One's Thai. Oh my gosh, I'm not even close. Oh no, we're gonna have a problem here. This is where's Rungdong? It's this. Is Dung? No, this. No, I have everything mixed up. Oh no. Okay. So let's go over these. We have to at least spend time going over these. So let's review. So this was Qi, Buke Qi. Buke Qi. And this was Taiwan. 台湾，台湾，台湾。Ooh. Where the heck? Oh. Wait. 对 sorry. 对不起。家人。Boo how equals no good, yeah. But boo how is not this chapter's vocabulary. So 家人, yeah, that's family. Yes. Yeah, and big sis is 姐姐. Why is 老师 here? That's just recurring. So they're just reminding us. 老师 Nar. Where? So let's connect to all these. Check. Right, 哥哥妹妹弟弟 Which one's Jie? This one? No, that's oh my gosh. Shay. Oh no. And then we already know this. Hi. Oh no. Oh, this is Jie. Okay. So we know 哥哥妹妹姐姐弟弟谁 I 我的 is just there for ours 我们 sorry 我们 or 你们 that's just actually is there a new meaning that they're going for? No 我们的 yeah ours 我们的Yo. Yo is just there for having, so that's fine. Yo. Why did they put 这 again? Oh, 这个. That's fine. It's actually from a previous chapter, but 这个 and no 个. So 个 is missing.没有. Yeah, 没有. That's also a previous unit though. 没有. And then 的 so 我们的 Okay. This 香港纽约纽约住没关系 OK 不没关系 And that's lung. And we're missing lung. So we're missing lung. Lungdun. No, is it lungdun? Lungdun? Okay. Lungdung. Lung. Lungdung. So we're missing lungdung. Niu. 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 And we're also missing Gang. Wait, is Gang a different character too? It is. It's a character I'm not familiar with. Ooh, there are so many missing ones. Yeah, it has the feminine character. Yeah, it does. But that doesn't tell you which feminine character it is. Because there are a lot of feminine characters. So you just so you know. That is a very unreliable way of remembering that radical. Like for example, How also has a feminine character. There are actually 3 with that radical in this section alone. It doesn't, but it can give you some kind of clue. It does. And it can also not give you some kind of clue. So we want to be careful about that. Because what do you think this means? What do you think this means? If you're relying on your Japanese, it's probably not going to help, but... Woman plus child, that's Japanese. It might help you with that. So usually a girl is well behaved and a boys are naughty. Okay. So so it is that's good. It does actually help you with it though. Honestly. That's kind of neat. Girls are well behaved and boys are naughty. Actually, that's kind of really helpful. Okay. We'll brainstorm a little bit more. I have to get all these right now. So I've spent the time. We've crossed the webs, right? So let's do this. Hong Kong. We're not doing pinging. Not for tomorrow. So Hong Kong. New York. Live. Good morning. Son of a bee sting. Oh no. Alright, let's do the ones that we do know. Right. Older sister. Older brother. Younger sister. Younger brother. Who? Love. London. No problem. Wait. No. Just kidding. This is 没关系. No worries. This plus this. No. Oh, I don't know. Okay, I have some weaknesses still, so let's keep that open for now. See if we can. So, yo is connected with May, or don't have. Although that's a repeat. This and this, Taiwan. Woman, hours. 家人 family. 家人 I don't know. 这个 for we're just gonna say this one or this something. 这个 I don't know 老师 like I guess 老师 teacher. Nar where I have to remember all this for tomorrow. Oh, you're right. Dui bu qi. Sorry. 对不起. And the is 我们的 is combine this for hours. So that's all the characters. Okay, so I have to remember all of this for tomorrow. Just the English. So how many vocabulary words do we have? New York, Hong Kong, New York, live, sorry, no worries. Older sister, older brother, younger sister, younger brother. Good morning. Good morning. We're going on 15. Oh no. Okay, so so I need to know the pinyin though. So 香港 游月住没关系 Oh, May is down here actually. So it's the same May plus this. 没关系姐姐哥哥弟弟妹妹谁 I nar. I think the hardest one that for me to remember is probably gonna be 小商好小商好老师 is repeating. So is 我们的 我们的家人，对不起，台湾 and 这个没有。It's 老师，老师 and then the other one is 校声好，not 叫声好 I think. I'm pretty sure. Oh, it's Jiao. Oh, wait. Oh, it's Jiao. Never mind. It's Jiao, not Chao. Jiao. My friend told me not to mix up pronouncing teacher and mouse. Lao Jie? Oh, Lao Jie. Okay. I see. Yeah. Yeah, 老师. Yeah, 老师 instead of 老姐. Yeah. Oh, is that why you made that funny comment? 老姐. That's kind of funny. Over there we call mouse 老师. Oh, yeah, 老师. Oh, actually, I say it 老师. So, this 老师 with the 2 dots. Is that what you mean? 老师 with the 2 dots? You 老师. Because that's what I remember anyway. Some people say 老师 with the 2 dots. Probably. Oh, which one sounds better? Which one sounds closer? 老师 or 老师? And I'm guessing probably they're both tone 3. And I'm guessing these are probably both tone 1. 老师? Oh, interesting. So 老师. Okay. That's 老师. 老师. This is 老师. This is 老师. So 师 is what I heard most. 老师 for mouse before. 老师. So this is 老师. 老师. This is 老师. Sorry. Okay. Yeah. It's understandable. I totally get it too. It's kind of a headache. Yeah. But this is fun, no? Are you learning Chinese too, Chibi? Or are you Chinese, or do you speak like maybe like Taishanese, or like Taishanese, or do you speak a dialect? Is that where you're, or do you do Cantonese? Is this where you're getting all your pinyin stuff? I've been learning pinyin for a while now, because this is the first time I've ever learned pinyin. You speak a little Hokkien or Fujian. Oh. But the Hokkien is not Hujiwa. You're not talking about nearby white going to Myanmar. Hokkien my Hokkien he dang uni. Hujiwa onia yayun Hokkien. So Fujianese is kind of associated with Fujian. Okay. So I spoke about this before, where my parents are from Fuzhou, and Fuzhou is part of the Fujian province. And there are two big groups that come from the Fujian area, and some of them speak Hokkien. Like most of them probably speak Hokkien, or like, and your grandpa is from Fujian? Yeah, my family, my immediate family is from Fujian. So the thing is, there's also another dialect, and I usually use it to refer to it as Fujianese now, because most people, when they say Fujian, like Fujian or Hokkien, they're referring to Hokkien. And Fujianese is the other dialect. It's another bigger dialect in the Fujian province. My parents are Fujianese. They are from Fuzhou. Yeah, Fuzhou. Yeah, that's it. And then we call it Fujianese because a lot of people would say Fujian people come from Fuzhou, but they don't speak Fujian. Quite a substantial number of them speak Fujianese, which is Fuzhou. But if you say Fuzhou, it's the capital of Fujian, right? The Fujian province. So when you say Fuzhou, they're gonna think that you speak Hokkien, but I actually speak Fujianese. I went through this many times before. It's confusing because Fuzhou is the name of the place, the capital city, or the capital air, like the city in Fujian. So when you say you speak Fuzhou, they might be thinking you're coming from Fuzhou, which makes you Fujian. And Fujian is also referred to as a dialect as well. So when you said Hokkien and Fujian, I was curious if you spoke Fujianese. I haven't ever met another Fujianese person in, like, even diaspora, like a second gen Fujianese person. Only Hokkien? Okay. And just so you know, this is cool, Chibi. This is cool because I don't know a Hokkien person. Like, I don't know anyone who speaks Hokkien to the point where we can compare it using English. Like, what I mean is we could compare things, because I haven't met anyone who spoke Hokkien. So that's crazy. Even in Malaysia, there are sub-dialects of Hokkien here. Yeah, the other person that I know is on the YouTube side, Manifest, who is also Malaysian. He kind of chills, I think, but he's on the YouTube side, and he was actually here just earlier when he said Thailand will be Thai Guo, so Mari Guo, like for Maryland. He made a joke about it, but I haven't met anyone who speaks Hokkien. Oh yeah, we're about to end. We're ending for today. I just need to review it one more time. Man, it's already 3. Holy. So I'm gonna review one more time to make sure that I have the vocabulary for tomorrow. But thank you for 我是 Hokkien 人. We're gonna have to share notes. Chibi. I haven't met someone who is learning something, who is also like kind of like second gen, who also comes from the same region but spoke the other dialect or know the other dialect. And I haven't met any other Fujianese person ever online. So I've been learning Chinese Mandarin with respect to Fujianese. It's my investment. So I always talk about this. Like for example, 香港, right? 香港, let's review. 香港. How do you even say 香港 in Fujianese? I don't know. We'll just skip that. And then what's the next one? 牛 whoops. 牛月 牛月 New York. Yeah, New Year. And then 祝. Oh, oops. I'm not supposed to. 祝 live. 祝. 祝 is deal. 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 I actually don't have an expression for good morning. So Joel 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 Shang Hao Joel Shang Hao Shang Hao Zhao no Zhao Shang Hao May plus this 没关系莫大爷 or 一奈光or 莫光没关系莫光 No, we're going in order. So this is Long Dong. So so 对不起台湾姐姐I 谁弟弟妹妹哥哥哪儿老师我们的家人这个有 maybe like 没有 don't have Hi, Jack. Oh, hello there, Jack. Yeah, so tomorrow, I don't know how you structure Chibi, but generally, so unit 9, when I get into a new unit, I will output the translation using my common language, which is English. So I must recall from memory tomorrow at the beginning of every stream. Right? I will recall all of these in English. That's after day 1. So after day 1, so tomorrow. And then the following day, in day 2, I will recall all of these things using Pinyin. And then after that, on day 3, I'll recall all of these written in Hanzi. and I repeat over and over again. So, but every 2 days, I move to a new unit. So then every day I'm reviewing 2 units, and they're going to be at different stages. So on one day, I'll be recalling the English of the new unit while recalling the previous unit's Hanzi. And then when I go in Pinyin, I'll also hit another Hanzi rotation of the previous unit. So there'll be 2 repeats of Hanzi, and then Pinyin in between, an introduction for the English. That's the cycle that I'm on for Mandarin. And then every 25 days, I'll summarize everything I learned in the last 25 days. So I already did one for the first 25 days. So that was everything from unit section 1 up to unit 10, and then section 2 up to unit 2. So you can probably see that I wrote every single Hanzi, and I did a map like this. Now that Duolingo has updated this, now I'm doing the same web technique that I did on my own in my review. I was going to continue doing this technique to map out all the vocabulary. However, now it's a little bit more convenient because Duolingo already did some of it for me. In Japanese, it's different. However, generally, I summarize every 25 days. And then every 100 days, I try to summarize even more than that. The last 100 days. So it's kind of like SRS. It's basically the different forms of SRS. You can use an app that can do this too. They planned it out for you. Like if you burn something, you have to come back. So that's kind of what we're doing. And in Japanese, we've already passed this stage in this stuff. So I'm using a different combination of strategies for Japanese. This is what the dedication of Diamond League. Well, I'm not earning any experience, Blair. This is just me having fun. I like doing this. This is how I sort things in my head for Hanzi. This doesn't work for Japanese. Japanese works a different way because of onyomi. Because of onyomi and kunyomi, this type of thing will work less great. So I'm doing something else on how to sort Japanese. But it's kind of like a mind web. It can be helpful, it cannot be helpful. This is the way I sort memory in my head. So I just wanted to show people that I do this every day. So at the beginning, I do different recalls and whatnot, just to show maybe something that's may inspire people to do differently. Like you can reinvent the wheel for yourself. Kind of like the way this will be a closing remark, by the way. I'm closing this stream, so this is my closing remark. Oftentimes it's more just the sheer amount of stuff that's in one unit. It's amazing. Yeah, true. It can be dealing with the density, right? Your wheels have holes in them. So what I'm saying is you can build something like this, and when I in your own image, as in like you can take certain things, do certain things, and you spin it, right? You add your flair and your whatnots. For me, I'm 37 years old. I've gone through a PhD program. I needed to figure out lots of different ways of learning complex things without losing them, and sorting them without losing them. I mean, you can record things, you can learn how to solve problems. Technology will aid in the recording of like fixed things. Like, you know, your Japanese book of vocabulary, your translators aren't going to go anywhere. they're going to be useful. How do you improve your own way of using tools is what you spend most of the time on. Yeah, like what are the strategies you have, right? What the strategies that you have to maximize tools, not the other way around. So like, for example, yes, it's very convenient if you have all the tools you need to do everything you need to do, then you're not learning anything. You're having all your tools do it for you. That's perfectly fine, because if it's your job, you want to get it done quickly. You want to do it with the least amount of effort and the highest return. When you're doing something like self-improvement or things you're doing for fun, as in like you want to do it and you want to show that you can do it on your own, usually you have to get creative, right? You start getting creative. And I'm doing this not because it's the best method. There's no way it's the best method. The difference here is this is my method. And I like to encourage people to have fun and explore all their methods. Because if you start to problem solve, then you actually know how to pick good methods. You'll learn what methods work for you. So in the future, when you go on and learn a different language and a different language, and you see all these beautiful methods that people brought up, like, oh, your next YouTube sensation or some, you can choose and pick apart other people's methods to best farm for you. So then you will know what advice and what things that don't work, or things that do work, or you look at something and you can say, I can make that work. I can change that. So I didn't pick Duolingo because it's the best tool. That's literally the opposite, in my opinion. I think it's fascinating, it's fun to engage in other people's tools. I don't have time, unfortunately, to engage in like Anki and Pimsleur and Wanikani and stuff. So I ask other people. I ask people like you, Sub-Zero, and so how do you approach learning? Because we all have different times, we all have different priorities. And the only reason I'm doing this is just to demonstrate it can work. You can learn things from it. Certainly not what I'm going, just to echo, to correct, or like try to downplay something what Blair said. I don't think most Duolingo users actually do that. And that's the point. I don't think they have to do this. I do this because it's really fun. And in the future, when I get to like section 3 or section 4, the technique is going to change because it's going to be unwieldy. There's always multiple ways of approaching to learn something, yes. And the most successful, in my opinion, the most consistently successful people are the ones that continue to change as their competence change. So when you learn something new, you adapt to it, you leverage it. So if you constantly stay static in your learning process as you're becoming more competent, you're underutilizing your new knowledge. So what happens when your kanji explodes to 3,000, or I don't know, let's just say like 500, and then what happens when it gets to 600 or 700? Some people decide, well, it worked, this method worked, this Anki worked, so let's just keep adding more things. As opposed to kind of continue to mature and evolve the approach. If you look back at day 1, or even day 1 of my 140 days of Japanese, my starting point was very different from my current existing point. So it's a process. Even learning how to learn is a process. You don't necessarily have to be fully prepared and fully researched on the optimal, most 100% buy into whatever someone says, right? I can slowly start to read hirakanas slightly faster now compared to day 1 reading a children's book. Yeah, that sounds amazing. Now read it backwards. No, I'm just kidding. Now write one. GB. Why not write one with your phrases that you know? Write a small story. Write a paragraph. Write a paragraph about a child kicking a ball and then picking up the ball and throwing it into a hoop. Or, two children meeting each other for the first time in school and greeting each other and saying goodbye for the school day. Or two strangers saying hello and passing by. Oh, you haven't mastered. You don't have to master. Well, okay. How about, since you haven't mastered grammar, how about you write all the Japanese words you know that you can substitute with an English structure? Or you take the Japanese structure and then you substitute everything that you don't know yet with English. That's still something. I've done that experiment before. So what I mean is it's getting you actively using something while being reinforced and filtered. What mean? What do you mean, what mean? Oh, just write it, right? Or like engage in it. So for example, I don't know. You don't have to master grammar if you already know SOV, right? So you could do the whole thing in SOV in complete simple sentences. Like I take a Japanese paragraph and translate to English. No, you write it. What I mean is create it. So I would start with, I don't know. The most basic thing. Ito ga imasu. You don't even need to know kanji. Imasu. Subject, object, verb. Yeah. I've started doing SOV with my Korean, starting to parse it from English. I see. So like for example, hito. Hito, whoops. I'll write it in hiragana actually. Hito ga imasu. I wrote there is a person. There is a person. I don't know. Boshi. I don't know. Boshi. We'll just say boshi ga arimasu. Haidama, it's so late. Yeah, take care. Oyasumi nasai. Kamiya. Yeah, fish eat me. That's fine. Watashi o sakana wa tabemasu. Well actually, watashi no sakana wa tabemasu. I fish eat. That works. I mean like that's kind of what I mean though. Not like you don't have to be like really crazy about it or like making statements here. So but if you know what you're writing, like even if it's improper, like for example, if you think it's a weird thing, if you can identify the parts, it's still an exercise in my opinion, just as a form of expression. But I do this in on my free time, like when I think about stuff, or when whenever you point at something, you're interacting with the thing. So like, I don't know what a owl is, but I certainly know tori, tori, right? Tori. And store, mise. Oops. Mise. Right. Korewa fukuro desu. Store equals ya. Well, sort of. Yeah, mise also equals store. Yeah. Anyways, I'm trying, like, I'm not offering advice or anything. Just trying to see if I can tickle some inspiration. Tickle some inspiration. No hurry, no urgency. I'm trying to make it so that maybe there's something like really interesting, like a game or something we can play, or encourage each other to think of fancy things. I legitimately cannot forget I partit hay un patito, is it patito en mis pantalones, which is someone who said there's a party in my pants. Or yeah. And because that guy was nonsensical, they were being lewd, by the way. The idea is that yeah, hay un partido in mis pantalones. Like there is a party in my pants, and someone was being lewd. But the only reason they remember all those words is because they made something nonsensical out of it. But they know what the parts of speech are. They know the words. So the idea is, even if you don't have to make it make sense, agon, perhaps. Yo, ago. Yeah, fair. So the idea is that you're engaging in it even while you're learning stuff. And finding ways to do that is what I'm illustrating. And it could go a long way. Maybe. Anyways, that was my closing remark. Be creative. You don't have to master anything to be able to do the things. And it goes a really, really long way, in my opinion. Right. So that will be my closing remark. Have fun. Be creative. We tried. I tried. see if anything sticks. Throw spaghetti at the wall. See what sticks. Right. Okay, folks. That's a wrap for Mandarin and the day. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for discussing. It was really a lot of fun. I love talking about these things, and it's totally worth the investment all the time. Yes. Ganbatte. So as always, take care, guys. Mata ne. Mata ashita. 再见. 明天见. Right? And stay safe. Right? Stay safe. Stay healthy, guys. Don't forget to rest. I'm okay. We'll reconvene tomorrow. Take care. Right. Thanks, Blair. Yeah, it's been a pleasure. You know where to find me. Every single day, unless I say otherwise. All right. Take care, guys. Bye.